What's going on, guys? I'm going to be bringing you a MyGM for the New York Knicks. I'm going to be playing on Superstar and 8-minute quarters, and I'm going to keep on injuries and use the custom roster and all that. So I picked the Knicks because they really just pissed me off and I need Carmelo to leave. And also they have a lot of young talent with Porzingis and all that, and I want to bring in some new people to make the team better and for them to actually win a championship. And also, they have a lot of money, so if I get rid of Carmelo, I can just spend away. So right here, I have to deal with the Knicks owner, Philip Turner, and I should have looked closely. He has a 1-star for patience, and that really shows where he talks to me right here. So he asked me to do some pretty difficult things. First, he asked me to play Porzingis 28 minutes. I think I can easily do that. But then he tells me to build a big three, and I think this can be hard to do because it seems like whenever the offseason comes, no matter how much money you have or what team you are, you can never get like LeBron James. And then here he asked me to make the playoffs, and I think that that's not going to be possible the first season because we're still in rebuilding mode. That's why I say might for a lot of these things. And then he wants us to have a top 15 team in the league, and I just don't know about that yet. Maybe next season, but just not right now. So right here, Philip Turner tells me that I have $105 million to spend, and that's part of the reason why I picked the Knicks, because I can just spend as much as I want. And then that's about it for him. And then for the draft class, I just chose the generic 2016 draft class because that's what it's going to be next year. And then I just go straight to my roster because I need to see what players we have because I don't know the Knicks that well. And then I see Carmelo Anthony only at an 86, and I say, okay, we need to get rid of him because he's way too expensive for what he's putting on the table. I mean, yeah, he does average 22 points a game, and he can be a good veteran leader for Porzingis, but I just think he's not worth $22 million a year. We can find better players for that, and that's why I go to the trade block to see what he's worth. But it's kind of hard because he's worth so much, and not a lot of teams can support that $22 million in one player. So when I see that Carmelo is worth way too much for one player, I try to put another player in there to see, okay, maybe the teams have too many players and they need another player to trade for Carmelo Anthony, and that gives me a little bit more offers. Reggie Jackson's kind of tempting, but I don't know really how good he is, and he's got a huge contract. I see Derrick Rose too. He's too big of a liability, and he's worth $20 million. That's just way too much. Rudy Gay is also tempting, but I see Eric Gordon and Drew Holiday, and I think that's just the best trade we can get. So that's eventually who I pick, and I know you might not be getting best players here, but I think that it'll be more beneficial to have them on the team versus Carmelo. And this is also a good trade because we're only giving away 4.5 stars, but we receive 5, so that'll give us more room to trade it in the future. And there's a lot of issues with the playing time for each player, so I think that I'm going to make a lot of big moves in the future because this lineup that we have isn't going to win a lot of games for us. Now that I've moved some of these players in, I have to give less minutes to the other players, and you see that Calderon wants 29 minutes, but he's just not going to get that because of Gordon and Holiday. Holiday's going to take his spot in the starting lineup, so I hope that they don't get pissed off, even though I'm probably going to end up trading them. And right here, I'm having a lot of trouble placing certain players where in the rotation. I don't know how many minutes to give them, and now that with Gordon and Holiday, I'm very confused right now, but hopefully I'll get that settled in the upcoming videos. But what I end up doing is putting Holiday at the point guard, Gordon at the shooting guard, and Aflalo at the small forward, although he's a little undersized. I think he's still going to be able to play there. And Lopez is at center, and Porzingis is going to end up playing power forward at the starting position. And outside of the starting rotation, there's just not a lot of minutes to be shared, and a lot of these players are probably going to be pissed off, but they're just going to have to deal with it. But besides that, I think this is a very good start to the Knicks season. And at the bottom of the screen, we have about $29 million to spend in the offseason. And I hope that number grows as we trade more players. And that's about it for this first episode, besides me lying to the press. So stay tuned for more trades and gameplay in the near future. And don't forget to like and subscribe.